Welcome to Small and Supercharged Podmas, a series of chatty podcasts that were first broadcast as lives in the Small and Supercharged Facebook group on the run-up to Christmas. Each short podcast features a member of the mastermind group talking all about what they have got going on this Christmas. Listen, enjoy, screenshot, share to stories and share your support of these amazing small businesses. And equally, if you want to catch up with some lives, we have got them running all throughout December over in the free Small and Supercharged Facebook group. Just search Small and Supercharged and you will find the Burgundy group. I hope you love them.
So we're joined by Louise Towl from Ready To Ride Physio. Lovely to have you here. Yeah. Louise, tell us about your business.
So yes, I'm a chartered physiotherapist and a veterinary physiotherapist as well, and I teach Pilates. And most of what I offer with Ready to Ride is online. So I've got online Pilates classes, I've got online YouTube sessions. I can do online one-to-ones as well, although I prefer to see people face to face. And I have a blog, although that's a little bit put on the back burner recently because I've just not really had time, and I'm in the process of developing, I suppose the posh way of putting it is a portfolio of courses for people to access online, so they don't have to go out, leave their home to go and find someone to do their training with them. So I'm just all about trying to improve rider mechanics, rider body awareness, and so that we can ride better, but by working off the horse.
And how did you get into this all? What kind of made you think this was a good route to go down?
Well, I suppose everything about what I do in Ready to Ride is based on my own experiences as a rider and all the sort of the things that I found difficult along the way, because I'm quite a competitive amateur, and you do meet hurdles as you go. But also over the years, I've had comments from clients like, oh, I wish you'd make a DVD or something so that then I've got you in my head at home and things. And it's all just sort of all of those bits and pieces came together. And I also wanted to be able to work from home a little bit more. So I just thought, well, I'll start doing a bit online and see how it goes. And just gone from there, really.
And did you find that COVID lockdown 1,
yeah,
did that cause you to sort of have to accelerate your online, because you weren't able to go and teach people, were you?
No. So I learned about Zoom in the space of a week. I had never heard of Zoom, and then suddenly it was the centre of my world.
it was used, gosh, I can't think of the word, but when Zoom becomes like the word for online communication.
Yeah. Yeah. So it definitely really helped. I think I'd already been filming for YouTube the previous summer, because all my YouTube, or most of my YouTube, I film in the garden, because I'm a great believer in the whole green gym thing. I think it does so much more for our mood than being stuck inside. So I'd done that, but having to use Zoom definitely increased my confidence and my ability to use the internet to be able to teach people and I've definitely got better at it. I've got much better at working out what cheats people might be doing at home, and you think, I'm just watching, and I know you're not doing that quite as I said. So I kind of program in a lot more to say automatically to people, because I know that they're going to be cheating even if I can't see them. So my Facebook group, I can't see who's doing their sessions, but I know the cheats, so I can hopefully tell them not to do those cheats before they've even started doing them.
So what is your Facebook group? Because I know you've obviously we're going to talk about the courses, which I'm so excited about.
My Facebook group is a monthly subscription group, and it's a hour-long Pilates class every week. I do it on a Thursday live at 6:30 in the evening, and it's actually replaced my face-to-face riders group. I actually had 2 on a Thursday evening back-to-back, but they were nearly an hour away from home, and I just reached the point, and we did 6 weeks between lockdowns about a year ago, and having been doing it from home, I just thought, I just can't do this anymore. I can't do the late evenings in the dark and driving home and still having my paperwork to do and things. So I've changed it so that it's in Facebook, and it means, although I'm doing it live, because of the nature of Facebook, if you can't make it, and lots of horse owners are busy doing things at 6:30 in the evening, if you can't make it, you just watch it whenever you are free.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's the flexibility's there.
I think that's the thing, though. Whatever time you pick, people have got busy lives. You've either got horses or house stuff or work or children. And everyone's, even if you've got like the same set of circumstances, everyone's specific kind of workflow for the day is different.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So and it means if you miss a few weeks, well, you can just have a blitz as well. Yeah. So it's fine. I love doing it. The downside again is that I can't see people, so I can't give that one-to-one feedback. But I think there's pros and cons to everything. And at the moment, with all the uncertainty, I'm really glad that I'm doing it that way, because it means that I've got people in my face-to-face group who actually, they're not riders, but they're going to join over Christmas because I'm not running my face-to-face classes over Christmas. So they want to carry on. So they're going to join that group. So
that's awesome. That's a really cool idea. So how does the group work? Do people pay like a monthly membership?
Yeah, it's a subscription through Stripe. So they go onto my website, and then on the Pilates class page, they just subscribe through Stripe and then click on the link, and then they can join the group. So it's very simple. Very easy.
Definitely make sure you go and check that out if you're watching or if you're listening when this is made as a podcast. Go and have a look. But you're launching, is it today you're launching? So this is obviously the Friday the 10th.
Yes. Yeah, so after this, I'm having a meeting over Zoom with Alice Whitney, who's designed my website. She's wonderful. If anyone needs their website or logo doing, she's just amazing. So she's done my new website, and we're having a meeting for me to learn how to go and do the back end of my website, but also to put the courses onto the shop page, which is very exciting. So the last few evenings, I've had some really long evenings getting all the suddenly realised I had to do a privacy policy and terms and conditions. Oh my word, I've never done this before. Got to get these all done.
Tell us about these courses, because they sound awesome. And there's a big gap, isn't there, in the market for what you're going to provide with these courses?
Yeah. And again, like I said earlier, everything I do with Ready to Ride is based on my experiences. And one of probably the biggest factor for me as a rider was having children. And I felt when I was pregnant, it was fine. I had simple pregnancies. I had a small bump. I carried on riding. I didn't have any problems. I was working. I was teaching Pilates. That was fine. But oh my word, having a baby, despite all the antenatal classes and the books, I was completely floored by the effect that having a baby had on my body. And I thought it was just me. Both of my postnatal experiences were very difficult and traumatic for different reasons, which not to talk about today. And I thought it was just me. I thought it was, I'm having a really difficult time. I'm just probably just not dealing with it all very well. And then I spoke to a physio friend of mine who was the same as me. She worked in outpatients. She did Pilates. She had a baby and wanted to get back to running. And exactly the same, completely floored, had no idea. There was no advice, no information. There's just nothing. It's just expected that you have a baby. If you have problems, you might go and get referred to the physio if you're lucky. Otherwise, you just get on with it. Yeah. And that's quite frankly not good enough. And I think very slowly, medicine is beginning to catch up with that. So 2 years ago, there were finally produced some guidelines for women to return to running. But there's nothing else. And so I have got 2 courses launching this afternoon. One is for pregnant riders. It's exercise sessions for the 2nd and 3rd trimester, really just helping you to keep fitness and strength appropriate for riding. And then the second course is a postnatal. It's a 12-week progressive program designed. You can start it basically straight away after having a baby, provided you've had no complications, obviously. So if you have a cesarean or anything like that, you have to wait and make sure you're allowed to start. But it's progressive, so it's aimed at helping you regain your pelvic floor function, get your abdominals working, get your body moving with the level of control that you need to be an effective rider.
Sure.
And it's only 12 weeks. I probably could have done it for a year, but that would have just made it astronomically expensive, and it's probably taken me a year to film. So it's 12 weeks. It's just to get people started. The sessions are really short, so like 10 minutes long. So you can do them at home really easily with the baby with you on the floor if it's playing or if it's finally gone to sleep and you just want to do something else. So it should be really easy to fit in. And yeah, I just hope that both of these are going to help riders not come out the other end and just think, I have no idea what to do with my body and how to get it back.
And both of these are off horse, aren't they?
Yes.
exercise.
Yeah, which it's been a challenge, because I had wanted to have preferably a midwife involved in them, just to give a little bit of the midwife's view of the changes that are happening to the woman's body during pregnancy and immediately afterwards. But I've not been able to, because the mention of the word horse, even though I've been really clear that it's all off horse, the mention of the word horse, and they're just like, nope, we're not interested. So that's where it is for now. But I'm hopeful that at some point it'd be nice to have a midwife or two on board, and it'd make it perhaps a bit more thorough and a bit more widespread amongst, because I think maybe midwives don't know what other forms of exercise could be helpful to riders, so they probably don't know where to send riders.
So we're really putting out a call. If you're watching this, yes, and you think you are either a midwife who is horsey or it understands, or if you're listening to this when it's on a podcast and you think, this is me, I can help with this, or you know somebody who is a midwife who is horsey, then reach out to Louise. Let's use the power of social to do something.
It would be great. It would be great. Absolutely. It really would. Because I think it's one of those areas, I'm sure that if it happened to men, like, there wouldn't be this massive gap of we just get on with it. I'm sure there'd be a lot more.
And it's obviously, I mean, it doesn't matter what size your baby is, it's still a huge thing. And you adjust the way that you walk depending on how big your bump gets. And, if you've had a challenging pregnancy and you get so many like aches and pains, and then there's the things that relax all your, is it ligaments? I can't remember. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah. And also one of the other things that I found quite frustrating afterwards is that everything I was told was, when you're breastfeeding, it should all be really comfortable and you'll get the baby in a comfortable position and you'll be fine. And it's just not that case at all. I just found myself so sore and stiff and rigid. And then you want to go and get on the horse and try and ride nicely. And it's really hard. And I thought, and I know what to do to try and improve that situation. There are thousands of people out there who don't have a clue what they should or shouldn't be doing. So it's not just about strengthening exercise. It's not just about getting your dynamic control back. It's about also doing things to make you more comfortable, so that when you get on the horse, you're in a better position to be able to ride effectively too, rather than just getting on the horse and being completely rigid and sore.
No, absolutely. And it's these kind of things people don't really talk about, as you say, because often they think it's just them in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm hoping that at least by starting talking about it, then it'd be nice if it could get a bit bigger, not just with me, but just for riders as a whole, we can make it just a bit more open. And I'm also going to have a Facebook group. The Facebook group does exist, but it's maybe saying you've got me in it and there's nothing else. But a Facebook group for people who buy one or both of the courses, they can then join the Facebook group, and it'll be there just as a community, really. I'm not going to put much in it. I'll probably put in a pelvic floor exercise, because I think sometimes people forget what they should and shouldn't be doing with it. So there'll be a video on that. And if I find any useful resources to point people in the direction of, I'll put them into the Facebook group as well. Just so that then you've got somewhere for pregnant riders or new mum riders to go and talk to other people who are in the same situation without having the keyboard warrior saying, you shouldn't be riding or whatever. So
yeah, definitely. Because as you say, everyone's different, aren't they? But then if you've got these people that are doing your courses and making that extra effort to be not fitter necessarily, but to kind of make those changes to make their riding life easier and get themselves physically stronger again, it's nice to have that support of other people going, I'm doing this too, and sort of cheering you on.
Yeah, and also sharing useful information. Like, I don't know what it was like when you were pregnant, but are there now any breeches or jumpers for using when you're pregnant? Because I had to wear ones that were about 4 sizes too big, which were fine when I was sat in the saddle, but the rest of the time they just fell down. So, if someone comes across something that's useful, then you can share it in the group, and then other people will be able to benefit from it. So, I'll put the link in into the group so people can join if they want to.
I love that. That's a brilliant idea. And these courses are like self-study ones, aren't they? So you buy the course and then you go along at your own pace. You can go back and revisit modules.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the pregnancy one is divided into 2 blocks. You've got second trimester and third trimester. So the third trimester exercises are a little bit easier than the second trimester ones. But obviously, if your bump is really small and you're feeling quite fit, there's no reason why you couldn't still do some of the second trimester ones. And then the postnatal one, it's based over 12 weeks, but you don't have to do it in 12 weeks. I wouldn't recommend at all you do it any quicker than that. That would probably not be sensible. But if it takes 6 months, or if you don't start it until you're 2 months postpartum, that's fine. It's totally self-paced. It's just designed to get you to a reasonable place with your fitness and your strength. But totally at your own pace. And you can repeat them as much as you want.
No, I love that. So if you were kind of doing week 1 or week 2 or week 3 and thought, actually, I want to do that again because I either missed a week because of life or whatever, you can
Absolutely,
just go back
yeah.
and read those.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And how much are they?
The pregnancy course is £149 and the postnatal course is £199. I'm hoping it says on my Thinkific plan that I have to upgrade if I'm going to be able to do them as a bundle, but I'm hoping to see if I can work around so I can get them as a bundle. So if you buy 1 or buy 2, you get them slightly reduced. But that's something I've got to try and work out through Thinkific.
I think, as you say, if someone's interested and they're pregnant, it's probably likely that they're going to be interested afterwards as well, because obviously putting extra effort in to be stronger and either keep riding, or when they obviously you need to make that decision if you're pregnant about when you stop riding.
Yes.
Or at least keeping that strength and that sort of fitness of all the things that work when you are riding for later when you've had the baby.
Yeah. So it's all because I've never set anything like this up before. I'm learning so much about how, when I was first trying to set the pricing, it would only let me do it in US dollars. So I had to get someone to help me to go into the system and change it because it would only let me do it in US dollars. Who knows why? So there's always going to be teething problems, I think. So when I next year do some more courses, it'll all be fine. It'll be much easier.
I think the first time you do a course as well, it is such a learning curve because you know the stuff you're teaching and you can do videos and you can write things, but then it's like, actually, what format is best to teach this in a way when I'm not there? And then how their interface works, and which bits you upload and which bits you record the audio and where you record the audio. Like, it is just, it's a whole new skill set, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It is, yes, totally.
So yeah, I've been there too. Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to share today that I have missed?
I think we've probably talked about everything. I suppose the only thing is that if people don't want to pay to work with me, then they can still access my YouTube sessions. So, because that's another fundamental thing for me, is having something free for people to access as well. So yes, I've got a class that you can pay to join. I've got the courses, but I do think it's really important we have good quality free material as well. So that's what the YouTube channel is all about, really. And again, those sessions are quite short. They're sort of 10, 15 minutes long. So they're really easy to fit in during the day, anytime. And because they're filmed in my garden in the summer, I think at this time of year, it's really nice because you just go, there's some bird song and the sun shining, and it just lifts your spirits. So
definitely. And also, if someone is interested in working with you, but they haven't seen you teach, it's a great way for them to, it's nice when we invest in a course or something to kind of go and look at how someone teaches or how they word things or how they come across. And obviously your YouTube channel is a really good way of doing that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, free trial.
Someone says, not a question. I don't know who this is. I highly recommend the pregnancy course, currently keeping me sane. So I'm pretty sure I know who that is. I
think I know who that is too. And she's written just the loveliest review. Honestly, it's like the perfect review. So yeah, it's been wonderful. I'm so grateful because it's really made me feel that the course has done everything that I wanted it to do. It's ticked all the boxes that I wanted it to achieve. So it's such a relief to know that it's done that.
It's who we think. It's Sarah Ellibert. It is who we think it is.
She's a star.
It would say who it was, but I did. You know what it's like. If you say the wrong person, it's not cool. Because you've tested these courses as well with real life people, haven't you? Real life people going through them to test them and give you that feedback before launching to the world as well, which is really cool. Yes.
So I haven't been able to do that for the postnatal one. Just the timing's been completely wrong with when people have had their babies and when the course has been ready. But I'm hoping it's a very similar format. So if the pregnancy one's gone down well, I hope that the postnatal one will do.
I'm sure it will. So can you tell us all the places where people can find you online, including your website and obviously all your socials as well?
So the website is www.readytoride.online, and so that's where you can access the courses, and also where you can join the Pilates group. It's also got the link to the YouTube channel. YouTube, you have to search Ready to Ride, because I haven't got around to getting my own personal. I've only been there. You've only told me I can do it recently. I need to get a personal one saying Ready to Ride. And then on Instagram, I'm Ready to Ride Physio, and Facebook, I'm Ready to Ride Physio as well, I think. So, yeah.
Brilliant. I can say as well, actually, if you get the courses up today, then it makes a great Christmas gift as well. If you know someone who is pregnant and horsey, this is a really great gift, isn't it?
It's the sort of thing I think a mum would buy for their daughter.
Yeah. It's a really nice one. Or if you had like a load of yard friends grouping together for somebody, that would be a really cool thing as well. Obviously, you can buy that. So if somebody does buy it, can you then make sure that the login applies to that person? You can get that all sorted out. I
would assume so. I haven't. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Louise will get it sorted for you. If you want to buy
it sorted somehow,
leave a message, she will make.
Yeah, the main thing is if there's any issues, just contact me and I will sort it somehow. The team at Thinkific have been incredibly helpful. They are probably the most helpful of all the they're way better than PayPal. So if I have a question, they're on it and they sort it. They're really helpful, so it'll be fine.
No, definitely. It's a really good gift. Or just treat yourself as well. Why not? Definitely. 'Tis the season. And after the last 2 years, I think we all deserve all the treats.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Louise. It's been awesome. And I cannot wait to see the course launch and lots of people take it on board and start doing all these exercises. So much better. Thank you so much if you've watched, and if you've listened, if you're on the podcast, thank you so much for that too. And we will catch up really, really soon. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, Ria. Take care. Bye.